Okay, so I have a few few things I was going to bring up. One of them is I've been told I'm a very negative person. Just all I do is focus on the negative. And so if that's what you feel, if you come in and listen to me that I'm just super negative and a real downer, I don't know. Just turn it off. I don't know what to say because yeah, I just don't look at things negatively, but yeah, I still see things. I see what's going on around me. And, I mean, I don't know. To judge what's positive and negative is, that's the judgment part. To just notice, that's just the observation part, right? And then once you observe, then you give it the thing. I don't know. I don't think I'm like telling people, you got to look at this way. You got to look at this way. But I don't know. How does anybody know how they come across, Because it's all by the receiver. I can put out there, but it's the receiver. I talked about a long time ago. Like it can be, I could be a prophet or I could be a crazy old lady in the woods. It's all by the receiver. So anyways, to me, yeah, to notice things isn't negative. And to be talking about the constant programming in the TV, I don't see it as negative. I see it as just like, yeah, notice what's out there. And this is another thing too that is funny is that, at the beginning of last year when this, when my family decided that I was not, my brain damage was just, it was too much. I'm just too absolute crazy. And, they got in arguments with me. And when I said that certain people were going to be going to jail, that they were committing crimes, that this stuff was not right, it didn't match. You want to tell me about science? Well, okay, I went to school and this doesn't match what I was taught. I worked in the hospital, I used masks and all that stuff, and this doesn't match anything I was taught. Well, it's the new science. It's the new diseases. They're just crazy. They're making up their own rules. And but yeah, when I said that these certain people were committing crimes and they were going to go to jail, and then I was told like, my brain injury is showing because I'm so crazy. And now these people are being arrested and exposed. And then I was like, I said to this morning, so, I'm real curious to see how that's going to go when these people are being exposed now after I was told I was so crazy for saying that they were committing crimes. And then I was told that's still in my illusion. That's not really happening. They aren't being exposed. That's just on the crazy news that I find on YouTube. Really? Because that's just the news. I don't know. So yeah, there's people who are just so deadlocked in. They cannot see it. They cannot perceive it at all. It's crazy. Even when stuff's coming out. I mean, like, what do they need? Like a phone call? They need certain people to call them and say, hey, I'm going to jail. Yeah, I committed some crimes. I fucked you over. I don't care if you die. But, it's like, oh my God, pay attention to what's going on. So, oh my God, it's crazy. Also, and that I was watching something about that. He said it a whole bunch of times. So let me see if I can say it. Is Qigong, I think is what it, but it's about your chi. When I was talking about the movement and the breathing and stuff, and it is all of that kind of. I don't even know. Is it called like judo and all that stuff? Is that called a practice, an exercise? I don't know, but I swear it was in Karate Kid where I saw, what was that guy's name? The old man. I can hear it in my head, but I can't. I can't think of his name. But I swear there was parts where he was out doing all of those movements and stuff. And, that's what I kept thinking of. When I would start doing them, I would think about him and Karate Kid and stuff. And so watching that guy talk about it, and there's a whole bunch of different practices that they use more in the Eastern philosophies, Eastern medicine and stuff like that he talks about. And he talks about food is the medicine that you need to focus on. Nutrition in your body, taking care of your body. And that's what I've been saying the whole time. Even when people were telling me, you see these freaking 350-pound people with these things on. It's like, this is not your problem. Take care of your body. That's how you're going to survive. That's how you're going to live. It's just crazy. But so anyways, the stuff you can look up about it, but so it's all about the chi and this body alignment and stuff like that, and our energy is the chi and it's connecting with it and all these movements and stuff. And it really does build your core, build your strength, and it releases energy and it makes you just feel better. So yeah, I would say look up some of those if you're looking for some, and you don't need a big space. You don't need equipment. You don't need anything, just your body. And you can watch them, and see some movements, but then just go into it yourself. Put on some kind of music, sounds that you like to move to, and just focus on your body. And focus on the movement and holding poses and breathing and stuff. And, really is good for you. And then with your eating still, just focus on your body's needs. Don't focus on the rules of the bullshit. And then I had a couple more things. So I was getting that stuff from the small farmer, and so 2 days, two different times, I just finished this stuff, and it makes me sick. I just even thinking about it, like I talked about the heart and how horrible that was. It gave me nightmares. I'm holding this giant heart and I'm having to cook it and cut it up and stuff. It was so sick. Oh, and then after the heart, there was what was the other one? I think it was a lung, some other organ. I don't remember. It was disgusting too, because when you look at it, it's literally it was the tongue. Giant tongue. Oh God. And then when it cooks and you have to take it apart for the dogs, oh God, it was so disgusting. But those two things were not as disgusting as the kidney. I am I'm cooking this last bit. I have to cook it outside. The smell is so, I have to keep it outside. Just smelling it, I feel so sick talking about it. It's so gross, this smell. And it keeps making the dogs fart, this smell. And it's not like gross ass dog food, I don't even know what that smell is, that comes out of them that doesn't even seem like it's food. It seems, I don't even know. This is like different kind of, but the smell is it's the same sweet, disgusting urine smell. Oh God, it's so gross. Oh, it's probably coming through their pores, but it's supposed to be so, I don't even know if dogs have pores. I mean, that's why they have to go, because I don't think they have pores like us to sweat, but it's coming through there somehow. They smell like it, and they definitely are farting this horrible smell out. And the kidney, oh God, the smell is so, when it cooks, there just must be a lot of urine still left in it or something. I don't know. And I don't organ meat is supposed to be the best thing for dogs. I saw a vet talking about like dogs are supposed to be like 75% or something of their diet should be meat, and like 75% of that should be organ meat. Well, my dogs get a couple bites and some juice, if that's what it's called. The meat, when you cook it, it's not gravy, but it's juicy. All that stuff in there mixed with blood and urine, obviously. Oh, God. This is going to be their last kidney, that's for sure. I don't think I can stick with the organ meat. I did the liver, I've done the heart, I've done the tongue, the kidney, maybe some other parts. I don't know. It's just, oh, man, it's so gross. And, okay, so that's my take on the meat situation with the dogs. And so then the other thing is, so I was watching this movie last night, and it was totally trippy because to me, it was showing disclosure for the event. In this movie, it was 10 years old. It has Nicolas Cage. It's called The Knowing. And I feel like that it has stuff that is disclosure somehow, or the person who wrote it is getting visions of the future or something, because it aligns too much with the predictions of things that are to come, which, I mean, you could say, oh, it's just a prediction, but if you look back, there is this constant changing of the ages throughout the time of mankind or humanity. Oh, yeah, and that saga with the barking. Hold on. Oh, it was a damn ass school bus. Who knows? But yesterday, so, the Humane Society come in to tell me my dogs aren't allowed to bark. I mean, everyone else in the neighborhood would get these people over here can scream. These people over here can scream and fight and cuss outside. Everybody else's dogs can bark, but, that lady over there, that weirdo with all the tattoos, yeah, her dogs are the problems in the neighborhood. Like, oh, we can live here peacefully if her dogs would just shut up. It's like, Stella barely ever barked. Winston, but he was sick, like, half the time I lived here. He didn't even get up off of the bed some of the time. He'd run out sometimes for a couple minutes. So that Humane Society lady, emailed me to give me the rules of, if your dog's allowed to bark, how much they're allowed to bark or whatever. I haven't even read them. But she said that whole thing about the 20 minutes, so ridiculous. Like, whose dog just sits there and barks for 20 minutes just nonstop? And anyways, and my neighbors can log it all, so that they can keep track, so that they can turn me in, so I can get fined because my dog barks. It's not even my dog barking, it's company. That's the other thing that is so fucking ridiculous, is it was quite obvious that I had company. And they just, it's so weird. How are people so... See, I take that as being negative towards people, to focus and, try and cause problems in their life. I take that as negative. To notice what's going on, I don't take that as negative. I take that as being observing and realistic. But anyways, so I timed the dogs yesterday, each time they would bark, to see, like, what is the legitimate time that they're barking. It's like a minute and a half. A minute and a fucking half has got you so twisted up in your mind, you can't even function. Like, you have to be... That's what's weird to me, is like, this thing goes on. Like, anybody who this is going on in their life, like, if somebody does something, and it could be at work or wherever, somebody does something and it just drives you crazy, and in your mind you start feeling like it's like this huge thing that's so big that you lose all sense of logic. I mean, just look at it. A minute and a half and I'm losing my fucking mind. Yeah, I just, I don't know. I really don't know how much crazier stuff can get with, so in this movie, so I'll just tell about this movie. You can go in and watch it. I won't tell all of this stuff, but it does show stuff like about the event. And, you know, he gets this paper and has all these dates, and all these dates align with these disasters that happened and killed a bunch of people and has the amount of people. So it was written 50 years ago, and now it's showing, you know, that it was all accurate predictions. And so some of them are in the future. So he's very focused on trying to figure out what's going on and stuff. And then I think he's a college professor, scientist guy or something. And so then he studies something with the sun or something. So somehow his studies and his knowledge and stuff kind of go in together with the stuff that's going on, you know. And he puts it together like, oh, this is the sun. That's what's going to kill us. And this giant solar flash is coming. Only this solar flash is going to burn the whole planet down, which who knows? Maybe that's what this one's going to be. Maybe we will be in some kind of dormant state for, you know, if there's no time. You know, if we were tracking it, maybe it'd be 1,000 years, who knows? But it will seem like a blink of an eye. So whatever happens, it won't, you know, there's no reason to sit and get all scared and stuff like that. Like, there's nothing we can do. It's gonna happen, this solar flash thing. So in this movie, that it's gonna kill every single person on the planet. So then his kid and this other person keeps having this interaction with these other beings, which I call multidimensional beings. Some people could call them aliens, extraterrestrials, angels, whatever. And so then they come and take some of the people off planet in ships right before it happens. Then it happens, wipes everybody out, and these people are the new, really, they're the new science project. They're the new observation, you know, to see what's going to happen. We've been the science project. We've been the observation for a long time, and that part's ending. And now, you know, it's transitioning into a new thing. And, you know, supposedly going through this flash in the earth moving dimensions, that it's going to be that you can go with it. You know, if it's going to be that we're all going to burn up and die, to me, that makes sense. How you get a light body is to be dead. So I don't know how it's all going to go, but I just was fascinated how much this movie was matching, you know, something that was supposed to happen, well, anytime. It could happen anytime. I mean, now they're saying people who are, what's that called when you tell something that's going to happen before? Now that we have all these people who are predicting it's going to be July 2021, but maybe even sooner, because disclosure is already starting, and we can see it's already starting. I mean, they're already talking about these certain people are being exposed, and they were like at the top of the conspiracy. They're at the head of the table, or at least part, you know, they're at the table, and the table is going to be exposed. All these people are going to go jail. They're probably all going to actually get the firing squad. But yeah, the crimes against humanity is huge, and all that stuff is already happening, and so it's going to keep happening. And then I did show in this too. Once people started panicking, it was just utter chaos. You know, people will kill each other, steal their cars, steal their gas. They don't give a fuck. It's just like this dog eat dog, you know, survive. They only care about themselves. Let's not worry about anybody else. Fuck everybody. It's just like, oh my God. And is that because from the predictions of what they're talking about, that once this disclosure starts, that's what we're headed to. And when just watching the people, is to me, I was like, I was watching it with somebody, and so to me, I was saying, you know, it seems like to me, if as a human, if we step down on an ant pile and you don't realize it, I mean, this happened all the time when I was a kid in Texas, giant ant hills, and then you'd be running through yards and you'd step and you'd go right down in them and you'd pull your leg up and just be solid ants biting the shit out of you. And they were everywhere. You couldn't tell that where they were, but you would just go into them. And we had fire ants. We had a lot of biting ants in Texas. But anyways, when you do it, they just all go crazy. And they just go absolutely crazy, just running around in panic. And that, to me, is like if you were to go up as a conscious and look down on the human beings, that's what they are acting like. So how is it that they think that they are some kind of advanced beings when that's their behavior is no different than an ant in panic? I don't know. It's kind of frustrating, but you know, I'm negative, so it's kind of frustrating that because it doesn't have to be that way, you know. We don't have to fight each other. We don't have to get angry and go against one another and stuff, you know. We can rise up. We can do better. We can, you know, get along and be there for one another. And if a crisis happens, to go out and help other people. There was one part when one of the disasters happened, or catastrophe, and a plane crashes, you know, and he runs in to save the people. And that's what I feel like I would be, you know. I feel like I would run in to save the people. I wouldn't care. But there's just so many people who run the other way, or I don't know, go up and hit them in the head and grab their purse. It's like, what is wrong with people? They're just so cut off from their humanity, from their empathy, compassion. So, I mean, we can hope for the best of what's about to happen. But I don't know, prepare for the worst. But definitely, I find in these movies that they're always disclosing stuff. There's truth in the movies that they're showing us, and there's definitely truth in this movie that they're showing called The Knowing, with Nicolas Cage, and it was on it might have been on Plex. So I don't know where it would be, because that's all a library. It could have been on Prime. But anyways, you can look it up if you want to see stuff like what they're telling us, or, you know, showing us. Because, you know, that is what's coming. The solar flash, for sure, is coming. And the disclosure of all the information they're disclosing right now, too, about the aliens and the stuff from the Pentagon. So who knows what all, there's a lot of stuff that they've got to disclose to get to the truth. People don't even, I mean, there's people who don't even believe in aliens. They're going to have such a hard time wrapping their mind around so much stuff that is coming out, that people are just, and then you talk to somebody and they just denial. Can't even imagine. I don't know. It's going to be a weird month. We're just getting started in June. It's supposed to be a really big month. So, in July is even supposed to be bigger. And, yeah, I don't know. But, anyways, hopefully I'm not, I'm not trying to be here to bring anybody down. I'm trying to just get people to be like, I mean, I went through a lot of stuff that happened when, you know, I got my brain injury and lost everything, and all the stuff that happened. And it brought me to a better place. And I try and share my information for healing and healing yourself, and how important it is for your connection and how important it is at this time in humanity's existence, because we are in this transformative time and moving into this new age. So anyways, that's what I'm trying to do. And we are in a split reality, and in the split reality, you know, there is I don't know. To me, it is everything has to be judged and labeled and packaged and, you know, categorized, and, you know, live by the rules, be compliant. This is this, this is that. And the other reality is just different than that. Because I feel like it just is. Like, you don't, all of that stuff is clear that it's manipulation. You just see through it. You see through the programming. You see through the manipulation. You take responsibility for yourself. You take responsibility for your pain, for your choices, for your decisions, for your life. You, I don't know. I'm already 26 minutes, so I should probably stop here and send this one. It might have been something else that I was going to talk about. I was like, kept having all these little things, so maybe I got them all in here. And this is where it's always hard to figure out a title, because it's always like, you know, a couple minutes of this, couple minutes of that. So I don't know, but have a great day. I apologize if I've depressed you in any way, and I hope that, you know, I hope I can bring healing and help to your life, really. So anyways, have a good day and work on you. Talk to you later. Bye.